see the garden from my kitchen window doing dishes this morning, and I can see 2 lettuces that have gone to seed that I need taken out, and I can see that potato is taking over the corner, so it's driving me absolutely bonkers to look at that. I'm gonna go out, do a little harvesting for breakfast, and show you how I harvest and trim back in the hotbed. It doesn't matter how abundant a garden is if you don't harvest from it. What was the point? Sometimes that can be the hardest part though, is you're busy, you've already watered, you're starting on dinner, and the last thing you want to do is walk out and harvest anything. So we have onions, strawberries, clover, Swiss chard, basil, cucumbers, and then potatoes on the end. I planted those a couple months ago, but they're driving me crazy taking over that bed, and so I'm just gonna cut them off and harvest the potatoes. Can you come protect me from this rooster?
Oh, and the turkeys keep him away pretty well.
Do they?
Yeah, it's only when the turkeys are not around me that he attacks.
Gotcha. Okay, you can see how much more light all these other plants have. I have 4 rows of potatoes up in the front. There's your turkey falcon. Hopefully you guys can see this.
I guess me and Kai have eaten all the peppers off that.
So there's one. Off this one? Is that why there's no peppers on it?
Yeah. Although there are some more flowers coming out, so.
Ooh. Alright, hopefully you guys can see that. These were russets. And that's just from one plant. So make sure I got all of them. And then that might have been the original, maybe. I think that's all of them. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can replant these onions. I put those in late too. And I don't know if those will re-root, considering we just, unearthed them all and it's July. But that's what that looks like. As Paige said, they have been eating all the peppers off this pepper plant.
And there's a whole bunch out of the greenhouse.
Yep. But now hopefully they will have enough room that they will keep producing.
Yeah.
What you doing, kiddo?
You can see 3 eggs.
3 eggs. So these guys, the turkeys like to come up. They've had a little bit of predation from bugs, and I think that's why the turkeys like to come up here. They'll nibble on the bugs, they'll nibble on the Swiss chard.
Oh, they love the Swiss chard.
Yeah, they love the Swiss chard. When they were really little, they'd come up here and just eat the whole thing. They've kind of left it alone now. I think that's because they have figured out how to do all the other beds too.
Yeah, they're starting to eat the kale now.
Yeah, they like to eat the kale. So, little holes don't matter when you're harvesting. They won't hurt you any. And usually we try to get it a little younger than this. Have you given any pea hay to your rabbits?
No, I'm still working on ducks.
Alright. I haven't seen him try to attack me. So if you want to go back to chores, you can. Thank you. Oh, no, that's a dove. The way I like to plant Swiss chard is to take 2 seeds, put them in the same spot, go about 3 inches, 2 seeds, 2 seeds, 2 seeds in a row. So that's what you see over there on that edge. We cut this when we come again. Each bed we cut probably somewhere between 3 and 6 times. Swiss chard is just such a happy plant. But you can see I've got all sorts of things in here. Strawberries, Swiss chard, lettuce. Oh, there's another lettuce I need to cut. Hold on. Alright, for these things that have gone to seed or that have bolted, the longer you leave them in the bed, the less air and space and water the other plants have. So as soon as you can, you take it out. And I wanted to show you, I don't know if I can. We leave our females, our does, in with their mom to get big, and so that we can choose out a good breeder. And so the big one, the big black one right there, is the mama, and then the gray, white, and other black one are the daughters from that batch. And it means they get to nurse longer, and I can keep them from getting bred, and it gives her company. In the summer we do not breed them. The last breeding we do is in May, so that they kindle in June, because July and August are just too hot. So that's these guys. And when we need a good bit of potting soil, we just come and dig this up. It's dirt mixed with rabbit manure, lots of worms in it, and it's super happy. Huh. Looks like Paige needs to come and clean up some bag things. Alright, so about 3/4 of what they eat comes from the garden. We do always have pellets available in the cage, but the majority of what they eat is garden produce. Funny turkeys. Alright, so here's our tomatoes. The turkeys like to jump up here. Really a lot. They like to jump up here. And so you can see it's kind of been flattened. Which, I don't know, to my mind that's kind of funny. It hasn't killed the plant. They come up here and eat bugs. And it's just funny to me. It took a super long time for these tomatoes to start to bear. Huh? It took a long time for the tomatoes to bear. Who's
Yeah,
these? These are from out at the
Yeah,
cabin?
there was one more, but I dropped it.
All right. Do you want to take this basket in for me?
Gladly.
Thank you. I don't have enough hands with the basket and the camera. Yep. All right. So we have some bigger tomatoes up there trying to get grown. This hotbed, I didn't use any potting soil. I just wanted to see what would happen. In this spot in the ground, we have terrible problem with blossom end rot. So I felt like I don't really have anything to lose just by experimenting. I didn't have any potting soil left, and so I just made a big hole, plunked the tomato and covered it up, sprinkled some fertilizer, and voila! They didn't even care that there's no soil, which boggles my mind. The reason for this and those is that when I put the row cover over the top, the sticks will puncture the row cover, and in the spring a lot of times I just fold the row cover over those sticks instead of having them stuck down there, and so that just keeps it from puncturing the row cover. Anyway, that's a soil-free hotbed. It's layered with goat manure and sawdust and cardboard, and then at the top we have sprinkled rabbit manure because we set the cages on this. The cages actually were living on this in the early spring, so they were peeing and pooping into the cage, or into the hotbed. Okay, so today at church, ask them. Cantaloupe? It should be out in the cabin.
Is it?
I'm not getting any closer on this one. That is our own pig tallow. Not pig tallow. Pig lard. Thank you. I'm not getting closer because it's parking right now and I don't want it on my camera lens. I do check for earwigs and bugs, which is why I put one in at a time. And I try to break it into somewhat more manageable bites than just the whole piece. And then whatever we can't fit in the pot, this goes to the rabbits. This is the food for the pigs. They've already had one of these today. It has a corn that we were testing to see for doneness, some old beets, carrot peelings, sourdough bread, water, and then this is the compost. We keep the two separate. But the American guinea hogs can survive pretty much on just scraps. We have food for them, we give them food, but if we didn't have pellets, because we give them a lot of goat's milk and they eat pretty much what we eat, they're just fine without. So they're very, very cost effective. I'm gonna take a breath. My goodness.